Arsenal fans all over the world, you have all the reason to smile because we've gone ahead to get an assurance of Jurrien Timber's quality explosion at the club of Arsenal in this coming season, all in the remaining months for you to end the season. It is coming in from a very close person that knows what this guy does, and I'm gonna add beef to what he's gonna be talking about as we pick out the bonds from the story of Haaland snubbing what we call Netflix. Do you know what it means? Snubbing one of the biggest streaming movie and reality TV show in the world. And lastly, we're gonna talk about Joao Cancelo, who missed out on the game of Atletico Madrid, and all of us thought that he was not going to obviously be part of the Portuguese national team, but Barcelona have gone ahead to give him green light after they went ahead to conduct a very successful diagnosis over his heart, and it looks like he is good to go. Smash the like button close to 300 times. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Let's see people subscribing to this channel. It's a 30,000 road. The end of a race is the beginning of a new one. We clinched 20,000 subscribers like a week before, and now we are in for the road of the 30,000 mark, and I know you people are gonna be doing a very good job for us. So lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you to get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. So where should we start? The Muslims, Ramadan Mubarak. The Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living true God bless you abundantly. Let's start it off with this guy called Quinton Timber. The brother to Jurrien Timber. He's the one that has gonna hit obviously break silence onto what he thinks Jurrien Timber is gonna be like in the remaining months of the season. He says, I can only express my appreciation when I see how hard he's working on his comeback. He has picked it up so positively. I'm sure he will show his qualities again at Arsenal. So Arsenal fans have been worried about Jurrien Timber that his qualities are not gonna be seen in the remaining months of the season. Just relax and float. The brother's gonna hit to let you know that it's all gonna be well. It's all gonna be well, and Jurrien Timber is gonna be one of those people that is really gonna make it happen to the final stage of this season. Remember, Jurrien Timber has just returned, and it's assured, or it is assumed that Jurrien Timber is going to be part of that Arsenal squad that travels to Man City. I brought you photos of him training yesterday, but one with Gabriel Jesus and very many others, though Arsenal is going to have to get more injured players. That is none other than Martinelli plus Gabriel Magalhaes. So we wait and see how that is going to be after the diagnosis from the physio side of Arsenal. So Jurrien Timber is going to show his qualities at Arsenal. No doubt about it. It depends on the mentality of the player. I've always told you the beauty that you guys have gone ahead to get of Arsenal, that you've gone ahead and signed Jurrien Timber, is he was brought up by a manager who is really a no-nonsense manager, and he only gives you a chance when you deserve to play. He played at the age of 18 for Ajax. That's when he made his debut, and he was there with Erik ten Hag. He played his full season, I think, in 2021, 2022, and then 2022, 2023, and 2023 he left the side of Ajax to come to Arsenal. His mentality is really good, and I know to it that he has one of the best people around him to give him guidance. Even Mikel Arteta is good at that. So with that background, when he gets such an injury, it won't affect him because of how he was brought up in that sphere of mentality. I tell you, this manager, Erik ten Hag, is one of the managers that have gone ahead to groom young players. At Ajax, De Jong, Donny van de Beek, Matthias de Ligt, Mohamed Kudus, Edson Alvarez, there is Sebastian Haaland, very many others. The ZHs of this world. He has been really pivotal at really grooming them to be players to play under every situation and really turn around any setback in their careers. At Man United, he came in through, and the best player in the academy or in the squad that was presented to was Alejandro Garnacho. He was like, I'm in love with Alejandro Garnacho. I feel he can have a very beautiful season, but if he doesn't change his attitude, he's not going to get into my team. And Alejandro Garnacho never played any game in the preseason of 2022 in Thailand and Australia. Never did he. And it took him like 10-15 games to obviously start. You know, he was always on the bench of Man United, but the manager was like, not until your attitude gets right. So that's Ten Hag for you. And for me, I'm 100% sure that he's going to hit the ground running. He doesn't need even to really play very many games. When he returns, you are going to see a Jurrien Timber that is going to really take you places because of his quality and what he offers different to the side of Arsenal. So with the 10 Premier League games that Arsenal left with, Jurrien Timber is expected to play a very huge part. But the question is, how is he going to get into the starting 11 of Arsenal? Because Jakub Kiwior has going to have to play a very huge role. Ever since these players went injured, Tomiyasu is back, Zinchenko is back, meaning that 4 players are competing for that position. But with these games coming in thick and fast, wait and see what decision is Arteta going to make. The remaining 10 games of Arsenal in the Premier League are playing out Man City, 31st March. 3rd April, Arsenal is going to be hosting Luton Town. Then 6th April, Arsenal is going to be playing away at Brighton. 14th April, Arsenal is going to be hosting Aston Villa. 20th April, Arsenal is going to be hosted by Wolverhampton Wanderers. 27th April, Arsenal is going to be playing away at Tottenham Hotspur. Then 4th May, Arsenal is going to be playing Bournemouth. 11th May, second last game of their season, Arsenal is going to be playing Man United, and Man United is going to be hosting that game. So Arsenal will be coming to Old Trafford. Then Arsenal is going to be playing at home in their last game against Everton. As it stands, Arsenal will need to win all their games to see to it that they lift the trophy if Liverpool doesn't drop any point, or Man City. So Arsenal are really playing to their best. So Timber's quality is expected to really explode at Arsenal. You know, most importantly, when Arsenal is taking on Bayern Munich, right? This guy will be so much pivotal into that tie. So that is what the brother of Jurrien Timber is going to hate to promise to you, the Arsenal fans, and that is the big Jurrien Timber's quality explosion at Arsenal made. Huge vow coming in through from the brother who trains with him. And by the way, that's why you see to it that the manager will come out and really make a statement after the game that that player is not up to his levels, though the player is going to obviously explode in that match, because there are things that player is doing in training that has not so far done into the match. Now, Quinton Timber is the best person to tell us what Timber is all about, because behind those, he sees him, he knows his quality, and he really has a dialogue with him. When they are dialoguing, Timber will tell Quinton that there are certain things I've not yet done, but I feel my body can do, you know. And the manager, Mikel Arteta, knows exactly what the player is all about. So his fitness levels are really going to be at par. I'm going to hate to see him take part into the first team training session for like 2 weeks now, 3. So we just can't wait to see how Jurrien Timber is going to make it into the squad of Arsenal going that side. So that is Jurrien Timber for you, and we wait to see how he really hits his heights at Arsenal. Let's go to Quinton Timber when asked about playing in the same team with Jurrien Timber. The possibility said, "We are not so concerned about playing together for one club. Playing against each other was special too. The Premier League is, of course, a great league. Only God knows where it ends up." Now, they played against one another as Jurrien Timber. Sorry about that. They played against each other as Jurrien Timber was playing against Feyenoord, where Quinton Timber really plays for, and the possibility for them playing together, they're not concerned about it, and it's God who knows where this will end up. This question was raised to Quinton Timber because there was a story that was making good rounds on social media and very many other media outlets that Arsenal is in need of Quinton Timber, and Quinton Timber is a midfielder, and I know it's not going to take 2 more seasons or 2 more summers without Timber crossing to the Premier League. I'm talking about Quinton Timber because he is a very good player, talented, and all he needs to do is to keep it up and keep shining, and the rest will be history. So these two playing together at Arsenal will be a dream come true for these brothers, and it will depend on how Quinton Timber really performs to his levels, because he is a very good player, midfield, box-to-box midfielder. His numbers don't lie, because he has gone ahead to put in some good performances. When you look at his numbers this season, where he starts in the Eredivisie, he has gone ahead to play 25 games. He has 6 goals and I think some assists. Champions League, 6 games, 0 goals. So he played in the Champions League too. That is Quinton Timber. He is really a very good guy. If you happen to watch the Eredivisie and you feel like you want to see him play, do one thing: don't miss out on any game concerning any game of Feyenoord, because Feyenoord is really doing great into that league of Netherlands. Let's go to Barcelona and Portugal. João Felix. Source coming in from Barcelona: Fernando Porro. João Cancelo's heart is fine. FC Barcelona have given him green light to play for Portugal. Now, Portugal is having some games to play, and João Cancelo was expected to be out of the fixtures of Portugal as they take on Sweden and Slovenia. That is today. That is the 21st of this month, and then the 26th of March. That's when things are really going to be happening like that for the side of Portugal. So he was expected to miss out on these games, but nowadays it's up to the country to confirm that the player is injured or not. It's no longer like how it was way back when the club communicated to the countries that, please, the player is injured. Now, if a player is injured, he has to travel to the national team and make what we call a full diagnosis. And when the national team confirms that the player is injured, then the player is given a rest or to return back to the physios of his respective club. That's why you saw to it that what's the name of the guy? Harry Kane, however much he really sustained an injury in the game they played over the weekend against Darmstadt. I think it ended 5-2. He had to obviously travel to the St. George Park to obviously go and scan to see whether this guy is really injured. So they've gone ahead to do it for several players, and Bukayo Saka also. The last time they played in the international break, Saka was really missing in action, and Arsenal communicated to Southgate that the player is injured. They told them, please, the player has to come, and he undergoes what we call the scan. The assessment is done. Saka was found or proven injured, and he was let go back to Arsenal to really do his job. So that's exactly what happened in there for you, and it is really gonna continue to happen to other sides. And so Barcelona, I think they felt like they were just really holding this player not playing the game of Atletico Madrid and rest for 2 weeks, such that he's ready to play against the side of PSG in the Champions League. But after Portugal called in, they told him, now we've gone ahead to really approve, your heart is okay, you can go ahead and really play the game of football. So João Cancelo goes to the Portuguese national team to compete with Diego Dalot and Nuno Mendes. I don't know where he's going to play, but I think Diego Dalot is going to play as the right back because he's really in elite form, and maybe in one game Cancelo will play and the other game Dalot will play. But Dalot is really exquisite. He's really looking fine. Defensively is okay, and going forward is okay, and that is the biggest attribute he shares with Cancelo. We're going forward, both players are really okay, but defensively Dalot's gonna have to massively improve. He's a better defender, and that's why Ten Hag looks like he mentions about him in what. If at all you want to really get to be explained to the quality of Diego Dalot, ask the people that support Liverpool. How many times did he close down and pocket Luis Diaz, the Capcos of this world, when they obviously got thrown to his side, he pocketed them and they had nothing to do in their game. So that is it for João Cancelo. So he's going to be part of the Portuguese national team because Barcelona is going to have to prove him fit. Let's go to Man City a little bit. We've traveled from London to Ajax. Now we travel to Spain La Liga, and now we are back to the city of Manchester with a story that is very, 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 very stunning about Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland has rejected a proposal from Netflix used production company over a fly on the wall documentary series on the art of goal scoring following the success of the quarterback. Now, as the world goes on, things are changing. Way back, players used to only sell their books, like they write their book and then they release it and sell it and they get in money. They would sell their image rights to get money. They would sell lots of things. But there is the new money in town. That is the movie streaming platforms. And they've been doing it, especially Netflix, with Arsenal. You remember it, All or Nothing. That of Pep Guardiola was released, I think, last year. Then we might see them releasing one of Man United and so on and so forth. So after doing that of Man City, it was successful. Man City really got in, I think, is it a 6? It was a 6 or 8-digit figure that they got from that sale. I think they got in like 20 million euros from that documentary. They've wanted to tackle out something with Erling Haaland, but Erling Haaland said, no, I'm not really willing to do that. And I know why he's going to do it, because he knows to do that. Right now, they're going to offer him limited money. Erling Haaland feels like in the next 3-4 years, he'll be able to really negotiate for a deal of like £100 million, because right now, they are going to really give him less money. But when it comes to them doing this with Erling Haaland, 4 years to come, he'll be getting in the monies he wants, or maybe he's having it as his retirement package, and he might even hire his own shooting team to shoot all those episodes and then literally sell them later. You understand? Or else, as the goal is going to have to stipulate that he doesn't want to say to it that people get to know how he trains because they can easily find means of stopping him. But I don't think that is really something that you can use to stop Erling Haaland, because he's playing in a team that will create him chances. If he misses 3, a 4th one is coming. If he misses 5, a 6th one is coming. And most of the chances he scores are really penalty box chances. So I see no reason as to why people should come out and really say that it's all about him protecting himself from defenders, like to hide his tactics as he trains. I don't think that's the case. It's not the case. The case is simple. For me, it's all about the money. The money right now that's going to be given to him is going to be really little, but he wants to really get to Netflix and tell them, I've now gone ahead to break records. He needs to break records, like win a Ballon d'Or, go to another league, do the needful, because I think his management is trying to build a new Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We all know how much Zlatan Ibrahimovic made for the late Mino Raiola, and the same company of Mino Raiola is managing Erling Haaland. So they want to make him what we call a money-making machine. And for that side of the business, that's what the agency of the late Mino Raiola understands better. So Erling Haaland is listening to them because he knows exactly what it means. And I know those people are really telling him, don't panic. A lot is yet for you to come on your table, and there is no reason for you to hurry, because you shouldn't really be doing that. Let's respect this, and the rest is gonna come our way. And I love it, because there are even very many other streaming platforms, Disney, Hulu, this one in Africa of multi-choice is called Showmax. There are the Disneys of this world, Prime Sport, Apple. There are very many video streaming platforms right now, and if you accept Netflix right now, you are closing the others out of the door, because Netflix will put a clause in their contract that you shouldn't give a documentary of such a nature to any of our competitors for the next 3 or 4 years. You understand? Yet, if you really keep it open, Netflix will come in through. We are giving you 10 million euros or 10 million pounds. Then Prime will come in through and say, all right, we are having 30. You never know. In 4 years, you'll be negotiating a deal of like 100 million pounds. What a better retirement package in there for you as Erling Haaland. So tell me your thoughts about Jurrien Timber's big vow for his quality to explode at Arsenal. I welcome in the comment section below. And we'll talk about Quinton Timber's plan to play with Jurrien Timber. What do you make about Barcelona greenlighting João Cancelo to play for the side of Portugal? Yet it was rumored that the player was not going to be fit to play. And lastly, do you think it was the right move for Erling Haaland to go out and snub the money coming in through from the documentary or from the side of Netflix to obviously shoot his behind the scene training skills? All that and more into the comment section below. Ramadan Mubarak, and for the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living true God bless you abundantly. I'm out.